ഹലോ പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട സുഹൃത്തുക്കളെ, എല്ലാവർക്കും സീനിയർ സഞ്ചാരിയുടെ ഒരു പുതിയ വീഡിയോയിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം. സീനിയർ സഞ്ചാരി അങ്ങനെ മധ്യപ്രദേശിലെ പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട ഒരു ക്ഷേത്ര നഗരമായ ഖജുരാഹോയിലേക്ക് അങ്ങനെ എത്തിച്ചേർന്നിരിക്കുകയാണ്. നമുക്ക് ഖജുരാഹോയുടെ പ്രസക്തി എന്താണെന്ന് നമുക്ക് നോക്കാം. മധ്യപ്രദേശിലെ പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട ഒരു നഗരമാണ് ഝാൻസി. ആ ഝാൻസി നഗരത്തിൽ നിന്നും ഏതാണ്ട് 175 കിലോമീറ്റർ ദൂരത്തായി കിടക്കുന്ന ഒരു മനോഹരമായ ഒരു ക്ഷേത്ര നഗരമാണ് ഖജുരാഹോ. ഇത് വാരാണസിക്ക് തെക്ക് പടിഞ്ഞാറായി ഗംഗാനദിക്ക് ഇപ്പുറത്തായി കിടക്കുന്ന ഒരു ക്ഷേത്ര നഗരമാണ്. ബുന്ദൽഘട്ട് എന്ന കാടിന് നടുവിലാണ് ഈ ക്ഷേത്ര നഗരം സ്ഥിതി ചെയ്യുന്നത്. യുനെസ്കോയുടെ ലോക പൈതൃക പട്ടികയിൽ ഉൾപ്പെട്ടിട്ടുള്ള അതിമനോഹരമായ ഒരു സൈറ്റാണ് ഈ ക്ഷേത്ര നഗരങ്ങൾ ഉൾക്കൊള്ളുന്ന ഈ ഖജുരാഹോ എന്ന നഗരം. ഇന്ത്യയിലെ പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട ഒരു വിനോദസഞ്ചാര കേന്ദ്രമാണ് ഖജുരാഹോ. ക്രിസ്തുവർഷം 950-നും 1050-നും മധ്യേ നിർമ്മിക്കപ്പെട്ട ഒരു ക്ഷേത്ര നഗരമാണ് ഖജുരാഹോ. അത് നിർമ്മിച്ചത് ചന്ദേല രാജവംശമാണ് എന്നാണ് അറിയപ്പെടുന്നത്. ചന്ദേല രാജവംശത്തിലെ ഇന്ദ്രവർമ്മ മഹാരാജാവ് ആണ് ഈ ക്ഷേത്ര നഗരം സ്ഥാപിച്ചത്. 12-ാം നൂറ്റാണ്ടിലെ ഏതാണ്ട് 20 ചതുരശ്ര കിലോമീറ്റർ വിസ്തൃതിയിലാണ് ഈ ക്ഷേത്ര നഗരം സ്ഥാപിക്കപ്പെട്ടത്. 85ഓളം ക്ഷേത്രങ്ങൾ ഈ ഖജുരാഹോയിൽ സ്ഥിതി ചെയ്തിരുന്നു. പക്ഷെ ഇന്ന് 6 ചതുരശ്ര കിലോമീറ്ററിലായി 20 ക്ഷേത്രങ്ങൾ മാത്രമാണ് ഇവിടെ നമുക്ക് ദർശിക്കാൻ സാധിക്കുന്നത്. ബാക്കിയുള്ളവയെല്ലാം തന്നെ വിവിധ ആക്രമണങ്ങളാൽ അത് പൊളിഞ്ഞ് നാമാവശേഷമായി പോയി. ഇന്ന് അവശേഷിക്കുന്ന ക്ഷേത്രങ്ങളിൽ പ്രധാനമായവ ലക്ഷ്മണ ടെമ്പിൾ, ചൗസത്ത് യോഗിനി ടെമ്പിൾ, ലാൽഗ്വാൻ മഹാദേവ് ടെമ്പിൾ, ബ്രഹ്മ ടെമ്പിൾ, വരാഹ ടെമ്പിൾ, മഹിഷാസുര മർദിനി ടെമ്പിൾ, വിശ്വനാഥ ടെമ്പിൾ, മാതംഗേശ്വർ ടെമ്പിൾ, വിഷ്ണു ഗരുഡ ടെമ്പിൾ, ബീജമണ്ഡൽ ടെമ്പിൾ, ഗണേശ ടെമ്പിൾ, ജഗദംബ ടെമ്പിൾ, ചിത്രഗുപ്ത ടെമ്പിൾ, വാമന ടെമ്പിൾ, ചതുർഭുജ ടെമ്പിൾ, ജാവേരി ടെമ്പിൾ മുതലായ ഹിന്ദു ക്ഷേത്രങ്ങളും ശാന്തിനാഥ ടെമ്പിൾ, ആദിനാഥ് ടെമ്പിൾ, പാർശ്വനാഥ ടെമ്പിൾ, ഗന്ധർ ടെമ്പിൾ തുടങ്ങിയ ജൈന ക്ഷേത്രങ്ങളുമാണ്. ആരാലും ശ്രദ്ധിക്കപ്പെടാതെ വനത്തിനുള്ളിൽ കഴിഞ്ഞ 7 നൂറ്റാണ്ടുകൾക്ക് മുമ്പ് സ്ഥിതി ചെയ്തിരുന്ന ഈ ക്ഷേത്രങ്ങളെ കണ്ടെത്തിയത് 1838-ൽ ബ്രിട്ടീഷ് എഞ്ചിനീയറായ TS ബുർട്ട് എന്നയാളാണ്. മനുഷ്യജീവിതവും ആത്മീയതയും പ്രതിഫലിപ്പിക്കുന്ന അഗാധമായ സിംബോളിക് വിശദീകരണമാണ് നമുക്കിവിടെ കാണുവാൻ സാധിക്കുന്നത്. ധർമ്മം, അർത്ഥം, കാമം, മോക്ഷം എന്നിവയാണ് മനുഷ്യജീവിതത്തിന്റെ പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട 4 ലക്ഷ്യങ്ങൾ. ഈ 4 ഭാവങ്ങളും വ്യക്തമാക്കുന്ന, വിശദീകരിക്കുന്ന ശില്പചാരുതയാണ് ഈ ക്ഷേത്ര ചുമരുകളിൽ കൊത്തിവെച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്. താന്ത്രിക് സിംബോളിസത്തിന്റെ മറ്റൊരു പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട ഒരു ഉദാഹരണം പുരുഷ എനർജിയുടെയും സ്ത്രീ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ പ്രകൃതി എനർജിയുടെയും സംയോജനമാണ്. ഇന്റേണൽ സ്പിരിച്വൽ എനർജിയുടെ ഒരു ആവിർഭാവം, അതായത് കുണ്ടലിനി എനർജിയുടെ പ്രഭാവം നമുക്കിവിടെ ദർശിക്കാവുന്നതാണ്. ശില്പങ്ങളിൽ 90% സെക്കുലാർ വേൾഡിന്റെ ഒരു മനോഹരമായ ദർശനമാണ്. സുരസുന്ദരിമാരുടെ, അതായത് അപ്സരസുകളുടെ ഒരു പ്രതിഫലനമാണ് ഈ ശില്പങ്ങളിൽ നമുക്ക് കാണാനാവുന്നത്. മ്യൂസിഷ്യൻസ്, ഫാർമേഴ്സ്, ഡാൻസേഴ്സ്, ടീച്ചേഴ്സ്, സ്റ്റുഡൻസ് എന്നിവരുടെയെല്ലാം ശില്പങ്ങൾ ഇവിടെ കൊത്തിവെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. 10-ാം നൂറ്റാണ്ടിലെ ഇന്ത്യയിൽ നിലനിന്നിരുന്ന സാമൂഹ്യ പശ്ചാത്തലത്തിലേക്ക് വെളിച്ചം വീശുന്നവയാണ് ഈ ശില്പങ്ങൾ. ഞാൻ ഉൾപ്പെടുന്ന ടൂർ ടീമിനോടൊപ്പം അനുഗമിച്ചിരുന്ന ഗൈഡ് നമ്മുടെ ഈ ശില്പങ്ങളുടെ പിന്നിൽ ഒളിച്ചിരിക്കുന്ന രഹസ്യമെന്താണെന്ന് വളരെ വിശദമാക്കി നമുക്ക് തരികയുണ്ടായി. നമുക്ക് ആ ഗൈഡിന്റെ വിശദീകരണത്തിലൂടെ കൂടുതൽ കാര്യങ്ങൾ ഇനി നമുക്ക് മനസ്സിലാക്കാം.
If I'm talking about that is an entire cosmic universe. So in an entire cosmic universe there are a category of a object we can divide into 2 categories. So either a living things or a non-living things. So either living things or non-living things, both are can be generate, both are can be operate, and both are can be destroyed. So that is a concept of an entire cosmic universe. The activities are in an entire cosmic universe generate, operate and destroy. So that is the existence of a three major gods. So in English language there is a one word is God, God, and God has, there are three letters. The first one is a G means generate karna, O means operate karna, and D means destroy karna. So in the entire universe either any object can be generate itself, can be operate itself, or can be destroy itself. So if you see the function activities of your body in a day, so your body, it can be generate when you get up early in the morning, in a noon you are going to operate your body, and when you go to bed, so this is a time of a destruction. So the blood speed, the nervous system, it is very slow and slow. So if you remove the matra, in a Hindi we can write the Shiv, so that is a choti shaki matra. So if you remove the matra, and you will find that is a shab. So that is an indication, that is the indication that things are happening like this. So there is the existence of a Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh, and according to their work, their icon. So now I'm going to show you, there is a very beautiful statue. Can you see? That is a Vishnu, because major temple, it is dedicated to the Lord Vishnu, and the great example of a carving, because matchless carving you can find, because the carving on done, carving done on the stone, but we can find that is a consciousness, that is a feeling, that is a expression. And if you see the facial expression of any statue, either of Vishnu and Shiva, you are able to attach with those facial expression. You can realize what those artisans they were trying to show us. So can you see very beautiful facial expression and express the meditation, very peace, eternal peace you can realize. And
Yeah.
just below the statue of a Lord Shiva, so can you see, this is a very beautiful facial expression. But around the Vishnu and Shiva, you can see these are such a very beautiful statue of a female, and the statue of a females are engaged in a different activities of a materialism. So there is a one lady, she is engaging how to make her bun. So can you see, that is a lady holding a small mirror and making her bun. So the ladies are engaged in a different activities. So this is a very beautiful representation, that is the eternal cosmic consciousness, and that is a representation of a life. So through the statue of a god, we are able to recognize our eternal cosmic consciousness, and through the statue of a female, we are able to know the significance of her entire universe. जिस तरीके से शिव से छोटी सा की मात्रा हटा देने पर शव है, so without female we are unable to consider that is the entire universe. So the significance of an eternal cosmic consciousness, so by the statue of a god we are able to know the significance of eternal cosmic consciousness. So either we are able to know the significance of eternal cosmic consciousness, or a life, we are unable to go beyond of a life and consciousness. अच्छा देखें, okay please. So actually Khajuraho temple has been propagated as a temple of a Kama Sutra, but those are temple are not considered the Kama Sutra, because there is no any temple it is dedicated to the Kamadev. All are the temples are dedicated to the Vishnu, Shiva or a Shakti. Those are prominently temple dedicated to the prominent god. But actually around the 9th and 10th century AD, Khajuraho was highly influenced by the Tantra. Or in entire India, including the northern and southern part of the India, only central India always consider that is the center of the tantra activities. Why? That's the reason behind it, because in entire India most of the temples are related to the tantra, are 64 yogini temple only you can find in a central part of the India. You will never find either extremely northern or southern part of the India, because that's a scientific reason behind it. The tropic of a Cancer, it is passing through from the central part of the India. So that's the reason the sky is always clear. The climate actually it is a tropical, in a Hindi Ushna Katibandhaniya weather, and that's the yes, and that's the reason they have selected this place to build a tantra temple. So what is the significance of a tantra? So from here, if you see the reflection of my mirror, and these kind of a statue are considered the tantra statue. So the significance of a tantra, it is considered the oldest spiritual science of India, and according to the spiritual science of India, your energy can be go downwards from your body, or energy can be moved upwards from your body. So when your energy is ready to ejaculate from your body, you are able to get the pleasure, and that is a pleasure, it is considered materialistic pleasure. But when you are trying to change your physical energy into spiritual energy to enjoy the spiritual pleasure, it is considered the process of the tantra. So there, where there is a male and female, both are engaged how to change their physical energy into spiritual energy. So using doing the yoga activities. So can you see both are standing with a one leg, and on the back side that is a male actually making such kind of a gesture. So this kind of a gesture, it's make a particular geometrical design. It's a triangle, and a triangle actually it is a symbol of a cosmic energy, and always a form of a cosmic energy. It is considered according to the tantra is a female and never consider a male. So the temple of a tantra, it is known as Chaunsat Yogini. Yogini, it is representation the female, only in a female form. We never address in a male form. So we call say Kanya Kumari. So triangle, it is a symbol of a cosmic energy. They are trying to recognize their cosmic energy. It is a have some time for the photography also.
Okay.
Yes, please. Okay, all of you come here, please, because so I told you the significance of an exterior part of the temple is indicate to us about the materialism. Or as long as we survive in a materialism, we can participate only. There are three limited activities. So even we are engaged always to try earn money. It is considered the first activities of a materialism. The second, it is considered that is a religion, or we always engage in a ritualistic activities. And the third activities, it is considered the kama or a sex. It is considered the procreation activities. So around the temple we can find all are the activities. That's the reason behind it, because the construction of this temple, it was started around the 9th century AD, and 9th century AD in our history, it is considered before Islamic era. Why it is considered before Islamic era? Because 1206, that was a person, the name of a Qutbuddin Aibak, who laid the foundation of a slave dynasty in Delhi, and after that, that is a Islamic era, it has been started in India, and since then we have been start to find that is a enforcement, as well as there is an impact of the Islamic culture on our art and architecture, as well as our custom or tradition also. But around the 9th and 10th century AD, we are unable to find any kind of enforcement of our society. So those artisans, they had a right to express their thoughts. So actually in a materialism, Kama Sutra, it is considered very common activities. So that's the reason we can find there are some Kama Sutra figure also. And the significance of a Kama Sutra figure according to the Hindu philosophy, because we are unable to make a separate religion from the Kama and Kama from the religion. So that's the reason we can find on the temples. There is a very beautiful miniature carving is start from over there. So the person are engaged how to enjoy the horse riding, how to manage the elephant, how to play the musical instrument, and how to play the dance. So if those are engaged in that activities, that is the indication they are trying to earn money, and Arthik Kriya are considered the first activities of a life. Doesn't matter we are from any philosophy or any religion. The second activities of a materialism, it is considered that is a ritualistic activities. So just next to those activities, we can find the person are engaged in a ritualistic activities. So from here, can you see the reflection of my mirror? Can you see mirror? Can you see?
Yes.
Okay.
Here, no?
Yes,
Ah,
that
yes.
one. So that is a Shivlinga. Okay, the Shivlinga is over there, and the person are engaged only in a ritualistic activities. So can you see just beside the Shivlinga, that is our miniature statue is there with the small pitcher, and that is a person try to get the water from that pitcher to offer the Shiva. So that is the indication. As long as we survive in a materialism, we could be participate in a ritualistic activities. So religion, it could be considered the second part of a life. The third part of a life, it is a procreation or a sexual activities. So now I am going to show you, there is a very beautiful Kama Sutra figure. So from here, are you able to see the reflection of my mirror? Okay, at that corner. So that is the first one, the second one, and the third one. And can you see that is the fourth one, where there is a male and female, they are enjoy. That is the oral sexual activities. So now I am going to significance. What is the significance of a Kama Sutra? Because in an entire materialism, each and every person has actually the desire of a male and female, or any human beings are can be divided into two categories. So the first category, each and everyone has a physical desire. Like if someone may have phone or someone may have not phone, so that kind of a desire, it is considered that is a physical desire. But mental desire are always considered a same. So as long as we survive in a materialism, we are always trying to get success in our life. Each and every person who want to get success. The second one is honor in our life. The third one is pleasure in our life. So how can get you pleasure in your life? And when you are able to get the extreme pleasure in your life, then you are able to start the journey of a salvation, then you can start the journey to know about the significance of eternal cosmic consciousness. So the significance of a Kama Sutra figure of a Khajuraho temple, it is considered the spiritual Kama, and the significance of a spiritual Kama, when you are ready to get the extreme pleasure in your life. So during that time, between male and female must have a complete dedication or complete purity. If you have not a complete dedication or a complete purity towards, so we are unable to get the extreme pleasure. And if we have a complete dedication or a complete purity, so that kind of a Kama, it is considered the spiritual Kama. Is also the significance behind it. So that's the reason it is are always associated with the religion, because according to our philosophy, we are unable to separate Kama from the religion and religion from the Kama. If you try to separate Kama from the religion, so it could be changed into lust, and if you having sex with the lust mentality, you are unable to get the extreme pleasure of that income. चाहे तो आप लोग बैठ सकते हैं, यहाँ बैठना हो तो बैठ सकते हैं आप। So I told you the significance of the exterior part of the temple. It is indicate to us about the materialism, or in a materialism, each and every activities it is happening between male and female. But male and female both have a different kind of a psychological behavior. So before marriage, being a girlfriend and boyfriend, they behave in a different way. But after the marriage, they have been start to behave in a different way. So which kind of a psychological behavior when they enjoy their materialistic life, and by the help of one statue, now I am going to explain you. Okay, and there is a one monkey is also just beside. Okay,
Yeah.
there is a one monkey is also just beside. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, please. Now I am going to tell you. So actually, okay, and there is a one monkey. So that is a that is a couple actually is a lover and beloved. There is a girlfriend and boyfriend. So before marriage, they prefer to sit in a lonely place. So they are sitting in a lonely place and they are talking to each other. They enjoy their life. But after the some time, that is a male who is a boyfriend of that lady and who has a desire, and the desire is who want to hug and love that lady. And but that lady denied, I can't hug you and I can't love you before marriage. After marriage, you can hug me and love me. But male anyhow try to hug and love that lady, so who start to pranks with that lady and tease that lady and anyhow try to hug and love that lady.
So, what indicate the presence of monkey?
I will tell you later.
Yeah, okay.
So actually that is a person who has some eatable stuff, and when who offer the some eatable stuff that lady, and as soon as that lady get ready to take those eatable stuff, so that is a male take and run away from over there. And after the some time, male break into the pieces those eatable stuff and throw around that lady, but that lady become very aggressive and refused to take any eatable stuff. So after the some time, there are so many eatable pieces collect around that lady, and in a lonely place there was a monkey is over there. So when monkey saw those eatable stuff, and monkey came down from tree to take those eatable stuff. But actually when there is a lady who found there is a monkey which was very near that lady, so that lady got feared with the monkey and immediately run and jump and hug that male. So actually if you see the facial expression of either male and female, highly intoxicated, can you see the intoxication on their face? It is easily appear, and because of intoxication they are unable to properly stand. So can you see the movement of a leg? After the wine pixie, they are unable to properly stand, and when they become overjoyed, so they bump into each other. Can you say they start to play the dance? And at this time in a modern era, if we consume the wine or if we play the dance, so it is considered the pub culture. So either a pub culture or a monkey business, nothing is new, everything is old. That is the materialism. Life is going in this way. Cosmic universe, there are so many things are exist. One of them, there is a planet, concept of a planet. So if we move around the champion and we can find these kind of niches, or inside in a niches there is a statue of a planet man. So according to the Hindu philosophy, we have, or according to the astrology, we have done, there is a manifestation or personification of each and every planet, and after that appear in a human form. So each and every human form has some attributes. So according to that concept, each and every planet has its own attributes. So this one is a Venus, and according to its icon or iconography, you can easily identify when we birth. So that is a statue of the Saturn. So in this side Venus and another side Saturn. The reason why there is a this side Venus or another side there is a Saturn, because each and every planet has its own attributes. So the attributes of a Venus is a symbol of a love. Venus is a symbol of attachment, desire of a karma, and some other things also. So we say Venus is a symbol of a true love, and Saturn actually is a symbol of a logic. So in a materialism where there is a logic can be exist and never exist true love, or where there is a true love you are unable to find the logic. So when we are going to get married, and during that time we are trying to match our horoscope, that is a very common custom and tradition. So that is a priest, or maybe that is a person who is able to know about the significance, how to match our horoscope. So in our, according to the concept of horoscope, one must be logical or one must be true lover. Suppose that both are logical, so it could be very difficult to survive the materialism, because logic always make separate them and they are unable to do the procreation, and that is a major concept of a materialism. It is a procreation. So in a materialism one must be logical and one must be true lover, then they are able to enjoy their another. The exterior part of the temple, but at the ending that is a statue of a Shakti. Can you see? Shakti, goddesses. Okay, and according to the Hindu philosophy, there is the existence of a. Speak loudly, please. So, according to the philosophy, there is the existence of a male form of a god, as well as there is the existence of a female form of a god. So what is the significance of a female form of a god according to the philosophy? Because the female form of a god is a symbol of energy. So according to the medical science, now I am going to tell the significance of a female form of a god. So if there is any lady is ready to give the birth of a child, so a child can get 50% cells from his mother and 50% cells from his mother. So according to the medical science, we have, there is a in our cells one point, it is a mitochondria, and mitochondria, it is a symbol of a energy or a powerhouse, we can say. So according to the medical science, energy always we can get our mother, energy never we get our father. So that's a indication. Female form of a god is a symbol of a energy. So that's the reason if you see the statue of any female form of a god has always multi hands or holding the multi weapons. So it is an indication energy only can be distributed by the female form of a god. Energy never can be distributed by the male form of a god. So we have been worshipping since a long time ago only the significance of energy, or energy always appear in a materialism in a female form, energy never appear in a male. So that's a concept according to the philosophy. If we remove the matra, so from Shiv, so it's become Shabap. Dekhe, that's the reason. So female form of a god is a symbol of a energy. And if you see, there is a one common concept in entire India. So each and every state actually has its own form of a Shakti. So because of each and every person in India or in a state, they have a different mentality or a tendency, or as well as a different temperament also. So Kerala people, they worship, there is a manifestation of a Shakti is a Bhagwati. Bengali people, they worship Kali Ma. So they have a different temperament. Gujarati, they worship, that is a different form of a Shakti or a manifestation. Marathi, they can worship, there is a different form. So actually all are the attributes possessed by the female form of a god. So that's the reason each and every manifestation of a Shakti, it is indicate to us the different attributes, and if we continue the worship of that form, so because of those attributes we can adopt our temperament, sir. That's the reason. every human has a psychological approach, and according to our psychological approach, we are able to know only two aspects of an entire universe. Either we are easily familiar with our materialistic life, or we can be familiar with our spiritual life. So when we enjoy our materialistic life, or in a materialism, each and every object has its own materialistic form. So that's the reason exterior part has there
So
are so
many
many statues,
structures.
but the interior part of a temple, it is indicate to us the journey of a spirituality. So when we enjoy the journey of a spirituality, it is indication for us we reach the higher level of a consciousness, and then we are trying to know the significance of a cosmic form of a god. So
Okay,
that's the
okay,
reason
okay.
interior has always very less statue.
Yes.
That is the significance behind it. But as soon as we start to go around the temple, so the first statue we can find, that is a Ganesh. And actually there are so many statues around the exterior part of the temple. So I have one small mirror. So with the help of a small mirror, now I am going to reflect, and if you find the reflection on the particular statue, that is the indication I am talking about. I am explaining about only the particular statue.
Yeah.
So no need to move you, and from here easily you can see the reflection of my mirror.
Yeah.
Okay, and can you see that is
Yes,
a
yes,
wonder
correct.
of a carving, and they
Correct.
done around the 9 and 10th century AD. So that is a very beautiful elephant head. Can you see the middle part of the body and the dancing style also?
Yes.
But now I'm going to tell you here, definitely each and everyone know about why Ganesha has the elephant head, and each and everyone know about that is a story.
Correct.
But here now I'm going to explain you very scientific and psychological logic behind it. Each and everyone know about there is a NASA. So actually NASA, there is a research institute, and it has given that is a one data how many creatures are available in an entire universe. It is given by the NASA. So 8.7 million creatures are available in an entire universe. It is approximately, but according to the philosophy of Hinduism, it has already given it is a 8.4 millions, 84 lakh yonia. There are creatures are available in an entire universe. I'm going to explain you. So in a English language, there is a one word is God, God, and God has there are three letters. The first one G, the second one O, and the third one D. So Brahma, according to the Hindu philosophy, generator, Vishnu is a operator, and Shiva is a destroyer. What? Even a god, according to only our philosophy, or a human, without knowledge we are unable to generate anything else. So Brahma always associated with the Saraswati. So Saraswati is a symbol of a knowledge, and Brahma getting the knowledge from the Saraswati, then Brahma is able to generate something. The same concept with the Vishnu. Without money we are unable to operate something. So Vishnu, Lakshmi ji always associated with the Vishnu, and Vishnu is getting the wealth to operate. And the same concept with the Shiva, and Shiva is getting the energy from a Parvati, and then Shiva is able to destroy something. So in a English language, can you see the miracle of a word? Generate karna,
Generate, operate, and
destroy karna are the verb. And do you know the definition of a verb? So verb only it is indicate to us about any action, and there is no any significance in a English grammar or a English language. But in a English, knowledge, wealth or power are the noun, and only quality could be possessed by the noun, never by the verb. So all are the quality possessed by the female or a female form of a god. So only female form of a god can be generate, can be operate, and can be destroy. So our ancestor actually they reach the higher level of a consciousness, and then they are able to know about the significance of a Shakti, which one is existence in an entire universe. So that's the reason we are only worship the female form of a god in an entire universe. There are so many philosophy where you never find any existence of a female form of a god or a Shakti, because they do not reach the higher level of a consciousness, and that's the reason only they worship the male form of a god. That is the significance. How can I say that one is a loving couple? Because the male try to touching the breast of that lady. But during that time, how was the hairstyle of those people? How was the ornamentation? And at this time in India, in a northern India, when you're traveling throughout, you can find that is a curtain system or a veil system. But in a southern India, still we are unable to find any concept of the curtain system or a veil system. Since a long time ago, northern India has not also the curtain system, because can you see those male and female, they tie their sari from their waist, and they never cover their head or something else. So before Islamic era in a northern India has also not, there is a no curtain system and no any veil system. So such can you see very beautiful hairstyle, very beautiful ornamentation, and this is an indication how was the style to take the ornamentation. All of you able to see that is a Kama Sutra figure, or can you see this one? Okay. Okay, such a very beautiful. Can you see the facial expression, either male and female? You are unable to realize between male and female there is no any lust, there is no any selfishness. That is a complete submission. Why there is a complete dedication we can find? Because they have a complete dedication and complete purity to each other. Then they are able to enjoy that intercourses. If you have not a complete dedication or complete purity to each other, you are unable to enjoy the pleasure of that intercourses. So can you see the facial expression express the pleasure? And now I am going to show you there is a very beautiful statue. That is a statue, actually it is indicate to us a great example of expression and exposition. So first, can you see? Try to get that is a statue. Now I'm going to explain you. This is a very beautiful statue of a female, and that lady actually holding that is a small mirror and putting the barbellion on her parting line. So sir, when we are standing in a front of that statue, we are able to see the expression or exposition of that statue only from front. Okay, can you see? From front. But if we change our direction, if we little bit move, and from here can you see the expression or exposition of that statue from side? Okay, yes, and if you go that corner, so from, okay, please, from that corner you can see the expression or exposition of that statue only from back side. So actually they fixed that statue in a 3D. So from three direction we are able to see the expression or exposition of that lady. And at this time this concept it is very famous among the models. When they start to express or expose their beauty, always they give there are three poses: front, back and side. So since a long time ago our artisans they will know how to express and how to expose the different directions. But as well as here also we can find there is a very beautiful, the matchless example of a carving, as well as there is a very beautiful statue of female. Okay, but if I'm going to ask you, how would they have carved such a very beautiful statue of a female? Because it would not have been happened since a long time ago or during the construction time. Not only would be a very beautiful, only one very beautiful lady, and artisan would not insist that lady could you stand in front of me and I want to carving according to your beauty. Because it would have been happen, the temple would have taken approximately around more than 100 years. But each and every temple of a Khajuraho took around the time to complete 20 or a 15 or a 18 years. So how could have been it is possible? Because the theologians in our literature there is a mention that is a standard form of a beauty of that lady. So they got an idea, they made a specimen and they showed each and every artisan. So artisan got an idea how to carve a very beautiful statue of a lady. So according to that specimen, now I am going to tell you the feature of a very beautiful or standard form of a beauty of lady. So according to that specimen, eyebrow of that lady, okay, bhohe of that lady, it should be like archery.
Yeah.
Curve utpann hota hai. Curve can you see in archery? So eyebrow of that lady, it should be like archery. Can you see that is a very beautiful curve is there?
Yeah.
And after that, if you see eyes of that lady, so eyes of that lady, it should be like a fish. So we can say Meenakshi. Can you see? In is the beauty of that lady. And if you see the nose of that lady, so the nose of that lady, it should be like a parrot, sharp and longer. Mutilated है थोड़ा सा छोड़ दिया है. So the nose of that lady, it should be like a parrot nose, and the neck of that lady, it should be like a Sangini, goose. Goose. Yes, swam. Yes. So the neck of that lady like this, and the breast of that lady, it should be like a peaks of a mountain. So if you see there is any peaks of a mountain, have a very big or very big raise. So if you see the breast of that lady, they have enough raise. Actually, it should be like a peaks of a mountain. And actually, at this time, if you go America, or maybe most of you have been America maybe. So in America, actually, there is a very common concept among the American lady. It is very famous. If those lady they have not enough raise in their breast. So in America there is a silicone surgery, or a silicone valley boobs are very famous. So the doctor of America done there is a silicone surgery, and then those lady get enough raise in their breast. So that's the reason the breast of that lady, it should be like the peaks of a mountain. And after that, can you see that is the west of that lady. So the west of that lady, it should be like a spotted deer, zero size figure, not a overweight. So most of the Indian Hollywood or Tollywood and they maintain
നാളത്തേക്ക് എന്നെ പോയി തുടങ്ങും. അതൊന്ന് മലയാളത്തിലാക്കിയ പ്രതിപിന്നെ കിട്ടും.
അല്ല അതില് കാളിദാസൻ പറയണല്ലോ ഉടുരാജമുഖി മൃഗരാജകടി ഗജരാജ വിരാജിത മന്ദകടി.
Okay, so they maintain their waist zero size figure. There is no any overweight. And the legs of that lady, if you see, so the legs of that lady, it should be like a banana tree. Okay, so why?
ഇങ്ങനെയൊക്കെയുള്ള ഒരാളെ കണ്ടിട്ട് ചോദിക്കാറില്ല.
Sir, you describe ladies so well. Why not men?
Later we The Vasayan was a writer of a Kama Sutra. Yes. So Vasayan actually was a person and who mentioned why the legs of that lady, it should be like a banana tree. That's the one reason behind it. So actually when there is a male and a female, they come in a intercourses, and during that time if there is a male, because that is a tendency of a male. So if there is a male who find there is a lot of hairs, black hairs on the thigh of that lady, so the desire of a kama of a male has start to decline. If who find there is a hairs on the thigh of that lady. So actually the legs of that lady, it should be like a banana tree, because in India that is a very common concept. When there is any lady in a northern India, I am talking about, when who is going to get married, so before marriage who prefer to go beauty parlor. Why? For bags. So it it should be like a banana tree. That's the reason who mentioned in his book, and who mentioned that is a very beautiful concept, because if we are come in an intercourses, so before we have to know the nature or the tendency of a desire of a kama, either male and female. So who compare the desire of a kama of a male as well as a female. So the desire of a kama of a female or a male, so the desire of a kama of a male who compare with the fire. Why fire? Because fire never takes a time to burn or quench. So the desire of a kama of a male, like a fire, immediately excited and immediately down. Who mention in his book. And but the desire of a kama of a female who compare with the water, and water takes a time to hot or water takes a time to cool. So when we are coming in a intercourses, we have to know about that is a concept. Why most important? Because definitely you know, each and everyone in a Europe, they celebrate 14 February is a Valentine Day. But do you know? And we have also Valentine Day. So Basant Panchami, 5 February, 5 February, it is our Valentine Day, because Basant Panchami, that is a day when there is a Gyan, means Saraswati. came in a existence on the earth, और कामदेव also came in a existence on the earth. So काम और ज्ञान दोनों एक साथ है. अगर आपको काम का ज्ञान नहीं है तो फिर आप आनंदित हो ही नहीं पाएंगे कभी. इसलिए बसंत पंचमी it is our Valentine Day. So Vasayan mentioned there are so many things about the. Okay, you can use your flash. Okay, please. If you come little bit. Okay, please come. Okay, sir. Should I start? I think.
Yeah.
So actually, this is the interior part of a temple, and we have already discussed about what is the significance of it. From where we enter, this is the Ardha Mandapa, entrance porch. This is the second part of the temple. It is a Mahamandapa. After the Mahamandapa, this is the third part of the temple. It is a vestibule. Can you see this one? एक gap है, एक अंतराल है. And after the third part of the temple, it is a fourth part of the temple. It is a sanctum and sanctorium. It is a garbhagriha. But can you see inside in a garbhagriha or on the statue of a Lord Vishnu, there is a natural light is over there. So Agni Puran, there is a mention what. Okay, please keep continue coming and see there are statues also. Okay, please keep continue coming and see there are statues also.
അപ്പം അങ്ങനെ നമ്മുടെ ഖജരാഹോ ക്ഷേത്ര ശില്പങ്ങളുടെ മനോഹാരിതയും അവയ്ക്ക് പിന്നിൽ ഒളിച്ചിരിക്കുന്ന ആ പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട ചരിത്ര വസ്തുതകളുടെയും കാര്യങ്ങൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കി നമ്മളിനി ഖജരാഹോ ക്ഷേത്രത്തിൽ നിന്നും നമ്മൾ അടുത്ത ക്ഷേത്ര നഗരമായ സാഞ്ചിയിലേക്ക് പോവുകയാണ്. ആ സാഞ്ചിയിലെ മനോഹരമായ കാഴ്ചകൾ നമുക്ക് അടുത്ത എപ്പിസോഡിൽ കാണാം. അപ്പോൾ എല്ലാവർക്കും അതുവരെ നന്ദി പറയുന്നു. വീഡിയോ കാണുന്ന എല്ലാവരും നമ്മുടെ വീഡിയോ സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യണം, ലൈക്ക് ചെയ്യണം, ഷെയർ ചെയ്യണം എന്നൊക്കെ ഞാൻ അഭ്യർത്ഥിക്കുകയാണ്. അടുത്ത വീഡിയോയിൽ നമുക്ക് വിശദമായി സാഞ്ചിയിലെ കാഴ്ചകൾ കാണാം.